Purchasing of property in Kenya is typically characterized by months of meticulous planning, thorough research, in-depth analysis, and disciplined savings. So, you best understand my shock when I learnt of Shukri Muhammad's start with King's Developers.
It was purely accidental. Me and my husband were having coffee downstairs, and my husband, who is very curious by nature, saw this building and he said, I have to go see the showroom. And he walked in. A minute later, I was being told, you have to come inside. This is going to be our home. I came and he wasn't joking. It was really nice apartment, very spacious.
Wow, so literally speaking, you had no intention of purchasing?
None whatsoever.
Yes, Shukri had no intention of buying a house, but stumbling upon King's Apollo Suites, fully furnished 3-bedroom apartments with a servant's quarters in Kileleshwa, her and her husband couldn't resist.
With me, it was the number of units per floor. It's 3 units per floor, which is a rarity in itself in this area. You'll have probably 12 to 10 units per floor, which can be very overcrowding. And this is very quiet, very intimate, and I thought this would be a good apartment for my family. There's a swimming pool, there's a cinema, which my teenage daughters would love to be in. Since the living room could be too overcrowded, they can invite their friends over. There's a gym, there's a running track, which is very unusual for me. I've never heard of a running track in an apartment like this. And my husband is really much interested in the running track as well.
The good thing about it is that it's a project where it stands out on its own. There isn't, you can say, oh, we have this, we have that, but once you just see Apollo, there's just something that draws you to it, even with the scaffolding around it. I've told you, this is a building where it's being shaped on the petals of a flower. So already the design from outside will attract what you have. So once you step in, you can't go back like that. Once you go Kings, you can't go back. You step in and you're like, bas, settled. You know, the amenities here, we're trying to create a family-based home. So what are your kids looking for right now? Do they want to hang out outside or do they want to play games inside? Okay, we have the answer for you. We have both. So we'll give you the best of both worlds with the amenities and even with the spaciousness of this house. I've always told people, you can be in your master bedroom and you want to talk to somebody in the kitchen, you just have to call. So that's how big this house is. Even from the time you walk into the clock room, you've left all that is outside things there before you step in the sanctuary. If you go to the master bedroom, we are creating an atmosphere where whichever room you're in, you're feeling, man, this is a different world. So that's what King's Apollo Suites is all about, where we're giving your family a family-based home, and we're also giving you a unique personality inside your own apartment, where even if you're at work or you've traveled, you're like, I can't wait to go back home.
Location-wise, you're right next to a shopping center. We all know, with people with families, how convenient that could be. You know, I have 3 teenagers that will finish the fridge within a matter of hours. And also lifestyle-wise, my husband is an avid gym goer. There's a gym here. You know, I have smaller kids as well that can be in the playroom. There's the cinema. So a lot of things. It's lifestyle, also in location. It is unique with Kings, to be honest. It's very hard to find a new development of this size, modern, and quite close to a shopping center. Very convenient. There's a number of schools that are nearby. You know, you can have access to the CPD. Westlands is not too far. A lot of shopping center, you can be in Kilimani in a matter of minutes. For me, the kids' school is not too far from here, 10-minute drive, quiet roads. You can take walks in the afternoon. It's really ideal location for my family.
Indeed, the property basically sold itself, from the amenities to the location, design to the finishing. But the icing on the cake for Shukri came when they visited King's Developers HQ.
It was very straightforward, to be honest. The lady who showed us the showroom was very kind, very informative. She made an appointment with us to go see the head office. We went there, we were welcomed by one of the executives, I believe, Moyes. Really nice guy. He really talked us through all the process, made it seem very easy and seamless. And it was really smooth from then on.
When we treat you nicely, it's not a show. You'll go and tell your friends that these developers really went out of their way to advise me and tell me where to go, how to go about it. And so you tell your friends, because if you experience something good, you always want everyone to experience it. Imagine we love you, but still, even your friends, you're already loving them, even before we meet you.
And it was the same pleasant experience when it came to Marta's payment.
We were coming in quite to the end of the development. We were not there from the beginning off plan or anything like that. And it's very close to completion, but they made it so for us that we would have a payment plan to suit us, and it will take us up to the date of completion, and it's really worked out well for us.
The good thing about us is that we have payment plans. So you're not paying the whole 30 million. For only 2 million a month, you can own this house after making a deposit of around 8 million. And then now you can lipa pole pole with us. We are an understanding developer where we're giving you time to pay, because sometimes money comes, money goes. So we are trying to shelter you from the other situations that you may have in your life, where you know Bado Kings understands you. So we just do something curated for you, where you don't have to feel overwhelmed that, oh my God, where am I going to get all this money? But haba na haba hujaza kibaba.
Now, Kings is not new to the real estate game. Currently, they have about 40 projects spread across the country with years of experience under their belt. This goes a long way in building trust.
We actually went to see a previous development of theirs that's almost 10 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And it was in good, well kept, very well maintained. The apartment looked almost new. And it's really hard to find these days. You get really nice showroom, and after a few years, everything falls apart. I found that not to be the case with Kings. They really do stand behind their developments. And when we met up with one of the developers, he told us about the materials and the quality they put into their buildings, and how when they have a development, it really carries their name. It's not from the point of sale and they leave you. It's just the maintenance afterwards, and they really do put their name to their developments.
Shukri's experience at Kings isn't unique to her. There are many more with similar stories who've chosen to invest with a real estate titan. So, for anyone out there still on the fence about Kings,
buying a house is something that is frowned upon, but when you come to Kings Developers, you're going to think, this complicated process, kumbe, it's not that complicated. It's a seamless, effortless process where you have friendly people who advise you and guide you. And at the end of the day, you're like, this one is done. Next. That's how I want, thank you, next, another one.
We trusted Kings, to be honest, and we did our homework. We looked into the background of their previous developments, and we have no reason to believe there will be any negative outcome. And also, you can tell a lot by a company by the way they deal with their customers. We were not buying a number of units, we were just buying a single unit, and we were welcomed into the head office. We actually sat with the executive, and he treated us like anyone. We felt quite special. And that just shows the level of customer care behind the scenes as well.
So I'm sure you can't wait to move in, right?
Absolutely, yes. I can move in tomorrow.